Hi, everyone. Welcome to Winter Beauty Boosting Foods. I'm so excited that you're here today. We're going to have so much fun learning all about superfoods that help hydrate and radiate the skin. So first of all, a little bit about me. I'm a naturopathic physician and I'm the owner of Dr. Lulu's Naturopathic Clinic. And I specialize in helping with patients, and I'm an expert in genetic health, experiencing patients who are experiencing chronic disease, autoimmune disease, digestive disorders, chronic pain, depression, anxiety, and fatigue. These are some of my specialties. And I believe that once we dive deep into the root of the problem, the root of the distortion, and ignite our body's innate ability to heal, we see unimaginable changes in our well-being. So let's first talk about detoxification of the skin, because this is really where we're going today. And first, we're going to talk about the different aspects of how the skin works, the detoxification process, because our skin is our biggest organ. And then we're going to really dive deep into some of the foods, what those foods are that can help hydrate and balance the skin. And so let's get started. So the detoxification of the skin, our skin is a mirror of the inside of the body. And when we have skin disorders such as eczema, psoriasis, acne, or dry skin, it's a sign we need to detox the system. And when you correctly undertake the detox of the body, there is a wide range of benefits that come from removing the toxins from your body and making it cleaner and healthier. And the following are some of the top benefits of detoxification. So first of all, let's talk about, is your skin toxic? So that's kind of key. Like, how do we know if our skin is toxic anyway? So toxins are all around us. They're everywhere, whether it's environmental, in a pollutant, a pesticide, industrial waste, cosmetics, and the like, or in the foods you consume, like preservatives, chemical colors, artificial sugars, and more. These affect your body's system, metabolism, skin, and even your mental state. Some of these exterior and interior toxins stay in your cells and tissues for years. Imagine how much better you will potentially feel when you flush out these toxins from the system. So let's talk about some ways of preventing chronic skin conditions. Because, when it comes to the skin, it's easy for things to kind of get out of hand if we don't reel in the healing. So many environmental toxins are known to cause various diseases like cancer, heart disease, and neurological problems. And your body has natural detox functions to continually flush out toxins, both from the outside and the inside. But there's really no doubt that they get overloaded on a daily basis, which means there's eventually, toxic buildup. So detoxing or detoxification helps your body by getting rid of these built up toxins and giving your natural detox systems a reboot. Okay, so improve immune system function. This is one of the keys because our skin is a huge organ and it's our barrier to the outside world. And so it's really important to have a high functioning immune system to have our skin functioning well. And when your immune system isn't functioning like it should, it makes you more vulnerable to viruses like flu and colds and bacteria. It can also make you more susceptible to skin allergies and food intolerances. Again, toxin buildup taxes the immune system, so it can't really do its job very well, right? And we want to make sure that immune system is functioning at 100%. So detoxing removes this inhibitor and strengthens the immune system to better protect the body. Okay, so extra weight basically means like flabby skin, right? And so we don't have that tone or tenacity. So toxin buildup will also affect your ability to burn fat, which will then lead to weight gain. And did you know that your adipose cells or your fat cells hold on to weight when they're filled with toxins? So, you can think of your like a big ball or a big circle and as your cell. And when that is filled with toxins, it's really hard for the cell to release the toxins because our cells are surrounded by by a phospholipid bilayer, and that layer is fat. So if they're really toxic in the inside, the fat like holds it in, and that can change a lot about the way our skin looks, the ability of our skin to function, and the tone of the skin. And it causes mitochondrial damage, which those are the powerhouses inside the cell that give us lots of energy. So since conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and hypertension are all associated with too much weight, too much adipose tissue, it's important to give your body all the help that it needs to fight weight gain, right? To help those adipose tissues to be able to function at their 100% capacity. Because we do need fat as a buffer, a barrier, but we don't need to have extra fat, right? Extra adipose cells. So detoxing gets rid of the toxins being stored in those fat cells and allows your skin to have better tone and resiliency. So a win-win overall. So also when we do detoxification and we talk about our skin, we really want to talk about reducing premature aging and wrinkles, because I know that's one of our main concerns, right? We want to make sure our skin is healthy, shiny, its tone, it's looks like we're younger, right? That's key. So free radicals, those are all of the aspects of our system that antioxidants fight against. And heavy metals, that's the other aspect that our body is constantly having to detoxify because, as our skin is exposed to heavy metals, pollution, and everything that we breathe. So some of these toxins are responsible for premature skin aging. So it's important to be able to have a clear detoxification pathway to allow those free radicals for the antioxidants to fight against those free radicals and the body to be healthy. So when you do daily detoxification, whether that's, through drinking water with lemon, or you're doing exercise, whatever that detoxification process is, you help your body increase its absorption of nutrients, which is key for skin health, such as antioxidants and important vitamins, which I'm going to talk about at the end of the lecture today or the webinar. I'm going to talk about all those important vitamins that help with skin health. And both fight the stress caused by cell oxidation from free radicals. So we want those cells to be able to maintain a thick cell wall membrane to be able to protect themselves from anti-aging and free radicals. Okay, so let's make sure you're eating your way beautiful, right? So these are some of the foods, and I'm going to go into them more in detail. So foods to focus on for healthy, beautiful skin, especially during the winter. We have our greens, our veggies, our fruits, our fats, ferments, that's like our fermented foods, that's our kombucha, our sauerkraut, all those good ones. Proteins, so healthy proteins, lean proteins are key, and then superfoods. And then, so let's make sure you're eating your way beautiful. Continue. This is the foods to skip. These are the ones that damage the skin, increase free radicals, and are damaging to the cellular membrane. So dairy, high amounts of dairy, sugar, of course, alcohol, caffeine, processed foods, fried foods, wheat, and grain. So all of those not only damage the cell and the cell membrane, but also cause inflammation long-term in the body, which affects the skin. Okay, let's talk about greens. So greens, calorie for calorie, dark leafy greens are the most concentrated source of nutrition, right? And I think that's really key because people are always like, well, why do I need to eat more greens? Well, because they're so dense and they're so amazingly packed with nutrients, really key. And they're high in chlorophyll, rich in minerals, iron, calcium, potassium, and magnesium, and vitamins K, C, E, and some B vitamins, super key nutrients for the skin. And they provide a variety of phytonutrients, including beta carotene and lutein, which I'm going to talk about specifically about lutein. Okay, so dark leafy greens are the richest source of lutein. We have kale, collards, spinach, Swiss chard, parsley, chicory, mustard greens, beet greens, romaine lettuce, and endive. So those are all of our major greens. And these are packed full of lutein. And lutein is being studied to decrease the risk of wrinkles. So that's amazing, right? Actually, when we eat these greens, it actually has been studied, scientific evidence to decrease wrinkles. So this is key for really providing that brilliant, shiny skin. And more importantly, lutein is also known to decrease the risk of developing cancer. So it's a high anti-carcinogenic or carcinogen. Okay, so let's talk about veggies specifically here. So we got sweet potatoes, beets, and cauliflower. So sweet potatoes, they have a high amount of beta carotene, which is our vitamin A. This helps out our complexion. You might have heard that vitamin A is so good for the skin, especially if you have acne. And the sweet potatoes also contain a lot of vitamin C and vitamin A, which this helps to repair the damaged cells, the tissue cells of the skin. So those are our antioxidants. We have vitamin A, C, D, E, selenium, and zinc. Those are high antioxidants. The biotin, so sweet potatoes also contain biotin. The biotin in these beautiful beauties is a bonus for stronger nails and hair growth. And enjoying sweet potatoes, you can have them baked and grilled and boiled, or just like about in any other meal. And a really popular kind of like trend right now is having sweet potato toast to replace the bread in your diet and add more nutrients at the same time. That's a super yummy one. You kind of slice it like this, the thickness of a piece of toast, and you toast it in the either, I find it best in the oven, get it kind of crispy on both sides, and then you can cover it with whatever you like. And that's really yummy. So that's a great one to add in. So let's talk about beets. I love beets, which I'm sure you guys do as well. And this veggie is a total superfood for beauty. It's also a great prebiotic. Beets contain vitamin A, magnesium, potassium, beta carotene, folate, and fiber. So that's what the prebiotic part is, the fiber aspect. So these nutrients help with anti-aging. They stimulate better cell production and can leave your hair looking its best. So the bright pinkish color purple that makes the beets so beautiful makes them a great addition to juices or smoothies or soups, and then gives it that beautiful pink color. So even if you don't like the taste of beets, but that can be kind of like covered up by any of the fruits that you mix in. So I like to add them to smoothies, but I usually like to cook them a little bit first. I'll just cook them, and then I also save the beet water to add to drink. But then I will also use those beets when they're softer to add into smoothies. It's a little bit easier with a blender. Apples pair perfectly with beets and juices or smoothies, and you can add a little bit of ginger for that little extra kick. Okay, let's talk about cauliflower, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts. So these cruciferous veggies are rich in sulfur compounds known to support the detoxification pathway and overall health. So sulfur is part of our glutathione pathway, and it's really important as an antioxidant. So sulfur containing vegetables are key. And the indole 3 carbinol, so that's a specific superstar in these veggies that has anti-cancer, antiviral, and antifungal properties. From digestion to cellular detoxification, that is a trio that can't be beat. That was funny, beat, haha. So anyway, let's talk about fruits. Okay, so fruits, we have citrus, and citrus has lemons, limes, oranges, etc. These help support immunity. They boost the circulation and they fight inflammation, like the powerhouse, right? So they also support the liver and digestive system, which helps cleanse and revitalize the skin. You can think about having a nice glass of lemon water. That is important because it helps detoxification, but it also helps to have clear skin. So it's key. Okay, and cranberry is a really cool one. Likely no surprise, right? Cranberries are fabulous for the kidneys and for urinary health, which is one of our major pathways for detoxification, right? And elimination. So we want to have that pathway working up to prime. And these high antioxidant packed berries are responsible for healthy goodness, right? They fortunately have tons of antioxidants. They don't only do good in the kidneys and urinary tract, but help to fight off those free radicals I was talking about earlier. And the benefits offer a boost for your whole body, right? Powerhouse. And best to enjoy whole cranberries or unsweetened juice to avoid inflammatory added sugars. So that, if you're going to drink cranberry juice, what I suggest is one, you can make your own juice and put it through the juicer with cranberries and add them into some smoothies. Two, you could buy the juice in a concentrated, unsweetened form and then add it in and dilute it and add it to other things. Or three, you could add it into baked goods for that. So you still get that antioxidant power, but it's not quite as strong. Okay, let's talk about fats, because fats are so key for that really shiny, vibrant skin, because you need to have that fat, those fats, which I'm going to talk about the importance of that for the skin, and I'm talking about really healthy fats here, not saturated fats. So avocado, yum. This is one of my favorite foods, is packed with all the right nutrients. It has healthy monosaturated fats like oleic and linoleic acid. It has A, B, C, and E vitamins and minerals like potassium, phosphorus, and calcium. And the things that make avocado healthy for your body are the ones that make it good for the skin too. So that's key. It's like all those nutrients are then absorbed through the system. Okay, coconut oil. The coconut oil is everybody's talking about coconut oil and ghee, which I'm going to talk about next. These are two powerhouses right now in the world. So coconut oil, it boasts impressive health benefits. It has great for your digestion, and it also helps you have a healthier brain, and it balances cholesterol, and it helps to fight off viruses and bacteria. So, I mean, it's great. And I use it and cook with it myself all the time. I will melt it and add it into smoothies, even if I'm going to make something that I can blend up really quickly. You don't want to have it something really cold because it will coagulate, but you can also do MCT oil as well. So an interesting study, there was an Indian study published in International Immunopharmacology, and it showed that in the high levels of antioxidants present in virgin coconut oil reduced inflammation more effectively than leading medications. So that's key. It is such an amazing aspect to add into your diet for fighting inflammation. And that's because it's one of the aspects of fighting the COX-2 pathway for inflammation. So, if you're going to add something in, these fats are really important in making sure you're getting them on a daily basis. So ghee is clarified butter, and it can boost your intake of CLA, butyrate, vitamin A, vitamin E, and vitamin K, all important nutrients that play a role in everything from healing leaky gut, managing IBS, Crohn's disease, maintaining healthy vision to keep your skin glowing, and much more. I love ghee. And now it comes in like so many different flavors. I like the vanilla bean one. I like to put it on my toast. There's a garlic one. It's great to cook with. There's a salt one. So, there's lots of different options for you out there. Okay, let's talk about fermented foods. So fermented foods support a healthy microbiome, key for our GALT, which is our immune system of the gut. And when we think about the gut, it's a reflection of the skin is a reflection of what's going on the inside in our gut. So a healthy microbiome equals healthy, happy skin. And a healthy microbiome helps keep the body healthy, right? And we want to have that, especially now during things where people with COVID, we want to make sure they're having that healthy microbiome. And we know that our skin is a direct reflection of overall health. So it makes sense that fermented foods can support and make gorgeous skin. So some examples of fermented foods are raw sauerkraut, yogurt, kombucha. These are really great to add in. Now, they also are making a lot of dairy-free yogurt. If you're not doing a lot of dairy, you can, one, make sure you're getting a grass-fed if you're doing regular dairy. But two, they make great coconut yogurt and almond yogurt. Just make sure you're getting one without the sugar. Okay, let's talk about protein. Super key, because protein has the amino acids we need to build our cellular membrane and the collagen matrix. Very key. So proteins, every cell in your body needs protein. It's how it functions, right? It needs it for energy. And protein is the primary substance used to replace worn out dead cells. So we shed so much every day. I don't remember the stats, but it's this amazing amount of skin cells every day, right? And so we want to be replacing those cells that are dying off and shedding with the most fabulous healthy cell we can. And that's why protein is key. So skin cells are replaced every 24 days, and the white blood cells are replaced every 10 days. So that's our immune cells. And the cells lining the gastrointestinal tract are replaced every 4 days. I find that one fascinating. That's why it's so key to really be taking a probiotic daily, as well as to be having that immune system functioning 100%. So skin, hair, and nails are made up of protein, right? And so that's key when we're talking about our skin health. And so are the cells that make up the muscles of that make up muscles, eyes, liver, kidneys, heart, lungs, nerves, brain, and sex organs. So protein is key for every single cell of the body. And protein is needed for hormone production and balance. So it's really key, if you're having a lot of, this is a side note, but if you're having a lot of adrenal fatigue, make sure you're getting a little bit of protein in the evening, because that will help those adrenal hormones in the evening, especially that cortisol, to function properly. Okay, let's talk about some of our clean protein sources. So plant-based proteins. So we have lots of plant-based protein options, and I'm talking about grain-free, like detoxification here for our plant-based proteins. And so you can use hemp seeds, a fabulous one, chia seeds, green pea protein powder is a really good one, or 1 cup of fresh green peas if you don't want to get a protein powder. Coconut meat, so the actual meat of the coconut. Sprouts are really great. So all kinds of versions of sprouts have that plant-based protein. You can get the sprouts in your store, in the sprout section in the health food store, or you can grow your own. They're super easy. Just Google, like sprout making kit, and there's tons of ones, and you can start making them. It's a great time, especially in the winter as we need those greens. Also vegan protein powder. So those are some of our plant-based protein options. Now we have our collagen powder. Collagen is amazing. I really recommend taking collagen for skin as a daily source, especially for women. We need that extra collagen. And one of the reasons is because we add a lot of extra things to our skin, right? We have our skin routine, we have our makeup, etc. And the collagen is really important, and you can add it to soups or smoothies or coffees or teas, however you like it. I usually try to get a neutral flavor, one that's not flavored, or I use a protein powder that has collagen, and I'll take that every day, something like that, to really help my skin. And the next one is salmon. So salmon is a fabulous protein, animal protein for the skin, because it's really, really high in omegas, right? And you can add other proteins, but for health, salmon is really like your best choice when we're talking about the skin. Meats are really heavy on the digestion and are more acid forming, which is bad for detoxification. Okay, now let's talk about the superchargers, because these are really key when we're talking about our skin health. So superchargers for the winter, so that's what we're talking about, is really like winter boosters for skin. They support they're great for health and boosting immunity. And these powerhouses can be used in a variety of ways, which I'm going to talk about. And you can choose one, or you can kind of try them all and experiment and really find your perfect partner for winter health, like what you radiate towards. So for more ideas on ways to use them and other skin supportive items, you can check out some, let me know and I can send you a handout. I have tons of great handouts on individual superfoods, and these can really help give you some ideas. So let's talk about vitamin D and K2. So I always recommend, especially in the winter, to have your vitamin D checked. We're spending a lot more time indoors, especially over the past 12 months with COVID. It's really important for you to have your vitamin D checked. And I really like to see it around 50 for skin health, as well as maintaining mood. And anything below 40 usually requires supplementation, but I really like to see that number. Like 50 is really the sweet spot there. And I can advise you based on your specific health. So reach out to me if you're a current patient, or you need to have a free 15-minute consult, and we can discuss that, or I can send you some information and handouts at the end too. In the shorter days, like we're in now in the winter, we have less sunshine. So the body tends to not make enough vitamin D on its own as we're absorbing it through the system. Okay, so bone broth and collagen, these guys are really key. I already talked about collagen as one of our keys, but now I'm going to talk about them both together. So in addition to the collagen supplement, Lycopene in the red fruits and vegetables naturally increases collagen production and are a great solution for plant-based eaters. So you can use some of those if you're not doing any meat products and you're vegetarian. That's a great alternative. Beets and berries are a beautiful choice for winter salads. You can put them in, mix them with a beautiful dressing. I like beets with cilantro and a citrus, super delicious. So vitamin A in the bone broth and the collagen increases collagen production and slows the breakdown of collagen and elastin that causes skin aging. So vitamin A is really the key there. And vitamin A thickens and simulates a layer of skin where collagen, elastin and blood vessels are present. So vitamin A is really key there. And, vitamin A is in bone broth and collagen, but vitamin A is in a lot of other things as well. So this is just kind of a little addition for you guys. And vitamin A also improves blood flow to the surface of the skin, really important for that blood circulation. Lymphatic drainage and skin brushing is really great for improving that circulation as well. So this is a really big benefit to winter skin, since dry air and harsh temperature cause our skin to have a very hard surface. So carrots are the main fabulous source of vitamin A, right? So increasing your carrot intake, whether that's through grated carrots on salads or in juicing or in smoothies. Again, you could softly boil them so they're a little softer. Roasted carrots, bringing in that root vegetable is key, and it's also a prebiotic. So carrots are the excellent source of vitamin A and are wonderful roasted, like I said, with a little salt and pepper. Oh, so yum. And you can blend them into a creamy soup with that bone broth, and garlic and turmeric are really another great anti-inflammatory. So that's just fabulous for your skin, vitamin A. So let's talk about flax oil and ghee. So I talked a little bit about ghee earlier. So flax oil and ghee contain essential fatty acids, just like the salmon I was talking about too, with that omega-3. So these fatty acids help with inflammation and hydration. So the Ayurvedic tradition suggests using ghee for seasonal support as a hydrating, healthy fat. So that's where we are now. Seasonal support for hydration is winter. And it's flavorful. It can be used in cooking or applied lightly to the skin. So you can do that too. Flax oil is a great alternative for our plant-based approach. For vegetarians or vegans, flax oil is great for that. And it's earthy, it's light when added to a little bit last touch in cooking. And it does lose some of its benefits when it's heated. So make sure that you're not heating it for a long term or not heating it at all. Okay, so aloe. So while aloe is renowned for cooling sunburns, it's also exceptional for calming inflammation inside the body and for helping ease discomfort from intestinal issues and stomach bugs. So use pure aloe juice from the natural food store as a tonic for excess heat from fever, heavy winter foods, or for those GI bugs. So aloe is great. And you can also grow it in your yard. You want to bring it in if you're living in Asheville and tuning in, or you're in a cold climate. It's not going to do well outside, so bring it in but it does great in the indoor environment. And it's wonderful. Of course, you can use it for burns, but also you can use it internally as well. So probiotics, another one of our superchargers, especially for winter and immune health. They're great. I would say they're like our best friend during the winter. And you want to double up when you feel a bug coming on. So if you have feel like you're starting to get a little ill, this is when you want to double that intake of your probiotic. And if you have to take antibiotics, which that is common if you're getting really ill and you need to take antibiotics, make sure to hold off on your probiotic usage for 3 hours during. So let me rephrase that. You would take the antibiotic and you want to wait for 3 hours to take the probiotic. Otherwise, the antibiotic is going to kill all those probiotics, and you want to really double up. And I even recommend using a very high dosage. And you can connect with me about that if you need more information, because the antibiotics are now being shown in studies to kill off good bacteria in the gut for up to 6 years. So we really want to populate that gut with as much good probiotics and bacteria as we can. So There's many probiotics, and I can give you, if you're not on one, you need a recommendation. You can set up a free 15-minute consult, or I can give you some information. I can send you my top tips as well. Okay. All right. Okay. The next one. So that's really today all about the superfoods. We talked about the greens and the veggies and the vitamins, everything you need to really help your skin be hydrated as much as possible. Now, one last thing I didn't mention is water. Now, of course, you guys know that water is really key. It's key for detoxification. And in the winter, because it's so dry and of the harsh weather, you want to drink more water than you're used to. So increase that water intake, add a little bit of that lemon, and that will help hydrate the skin as well. So taking charge of your health. So imagine taking charge of your health and beauty this winter. This is key. I'll send you guys the PDF file, and you can go back and listen to the webinar and really hone in on some of those superfoods and start adding them into your diet to really help your skin be as radiant as it can be. And I also have some great upcoming workshops. There's one on March 15th called Natural Remedies for Health and Wellness Workshop. This one is fantastic. So make sure you sign up for this one. And this is what you get from this one. You'll learn how to start using natural remedies for clear skin instead of something like a steroid or a topical cream. You'll learn how to use simple ingredients in your kitchen that can help with stomach issues, including acid reflux. You'll learn how 2 spices and 1 ingredient that's already in your refrigerator can stop coughs. You'll learn how to make 5 easy remedies with me in the online class. You'll get an inexpensive, natural way to erase wrinkles and look years or even decades younger. That's key. And you receive a 100-page ebook of natural remedies. So that's amazing. That's like a whole book. That's just so amazing. You guys are going to love it. And so this is March 15th. 2021, 5 o'clock to 6:30. And it's this one's $33 for general admission patients. You get that are in the membership program, you get 10% off. And you can sign up. There's the link at doclulu.com/programs. And also, if you sign up within the next 72 hours, you get 25% off using the code Healthy Skin. And next week, I also have a free webinar. And this one is also on the programs page as well. Okay, so also there's a free gift for you guys. If you sign up for the mailing list, you'll receive a 3-day immune boosting reset. So that's awesome. That's a great little handout. And you can sign up for the mailing list on the homepage or on my website or on Instagram. Super easy. If you please feel free to reach out to me with any questions following this webinar about any of the things I discussed, or if you want to schedule a free 15-minute discovery call to find out how I can help, there's my email. And I just want to say thank you, everyone, for taking the time out of your evening today. And I hope you learned a lot. It was super fun for me to put all this great information together for you. And I will be sending you I'll be posting this in the website. It will be evergreen, so you can always go back and listen to it. But I'll also send everyone that attended tonight the information so you can go back and listen, because it was packed full of lots of stuff.